38 Ocean Terrace, Long Branch. Request 1 minute notification. This council did an injustice tonight by allowing a vote on that ordinance without a listed agenda presentation on the matter, and it wasn't to the taxpayers' benefit. Let's get that straight, okay? There are not 34,000 people in this city that were privileged to see this entire explanation by Mr. Beckelman, which is flawed, particularly on the education funding, severely flawed. This presentation is going to the comptroller tomorrow morning. This can be very easily appealed, council, and you do know we are in the position to take action now against measures of this city. Resolution 9416, in rem foreclosures, from the former failed bankrupt Broadway art developer Todd Katz. Here we go again. Rewarding tax exemptions, abatements, pilots. And here we are, in rem foreclosures on Broadway arts. This is a schizophrenic government. It really is. We lose money on one hand, and then we give out tax exemptions on the other. All in a failed redevelopment. It's failed. Let's make no mistake about it. And here goes Jimmy Aaron again, the city attorney, on the billing for the in rem foreclosures. Second time around, second bite at the apple for Aaron. Resolution 9916, the introduction of a budget. 10% debt service. The average taxes in the presentation at workshop on a house now in Long Branch, $8,283.28. And here we go with another increase in the city. And tonight, council, you award a tax exemption pilot. It's a failure. We have a failure here. We do not have a stabilized tax base. Essentially what it says in the last 15 years with redevelopment has been a failure. Otherwise, we wouldn't be looking at tax increases. $1% of the $54 million appropriated in the budget is accounted for by City Attorney Aaron. 1%. Aaron is taking the blood out of this city with his legal fees and litigation-prone agendas for the city. You will not find this anywhere else in Monmouth County. The intense litigation that takes place here in Long Branch. The accumulated absences, liability, police department, gross days of accumulated absences, 11,380. And the dollar value of those accumulated absences to be compensated on a liability, roughly $3,438,000. Notwithstanding the city had an entire midnight shift on the police department not doing their job, and 50% of our police force is brass. When, council, when do we bring the state police in to this high crime city? When do we get a burden off the taxpayers' back with this police department that is 50% brass? The state police are doing all the major busts in the north end of Long Branch now. We might as well invite them in to do the rest of the city. How about you, council? Your salaries and your health care benefits. Why don't you kick in to make a level budget and give back your salaries and your benefits?
1 minute, Mr. Lepore.
Well, I bet. This budget can be cut in many ways. Not only for level, but for a reduction in the taxes of the people. And again, back to Mr. Carl Jennings with his little impromptu presentation on the parking at 7 Presidents. He got it wrong because he doesn't read the internet correctly. The county is giving 3 weeks worth of free parking on an experimental program up until June 18th on weekdays. And yet this city now is choking the park with parking meters collaring 7 Presidents Park. So before Mr. Jennings gets up here and starts reading impromptu, he ought to source his information better. And by the way, last night's County Park Commission meeting, this city's not addressing the traffic situation around 7 Presidents, coming nowhere near it.
Thank you.
Junk government.